Are you fed up with seeing all the pictures of protesters with the Israeli Hamas Hezbollah war in Canada behaving rudely and savagely? Well, I'm about to ask a Liberal consultant. But please, before that, donate and support the channel because it's independent and we need more independent analysis today. Andrew Perez is a Liberal consultant, a politically savvy guy, and it seems that when you see pictures of protesters, and now they're burning the Canadian flag. They are not, born in Canada, and I don't want to be, anti-immigration here because Canada is all immigrants. But we seem to be allowing very extreme people in here, and they're taking advantage of our democracy. Is there something the federal government should be doing about that?
Well, it's a great question. I think it goes back to how we conceive of ourselves as Canadians, and we haven't been stressing Canadian values for arguably 20 years now.
Well, and Trudeau says he's post-nationalistic, so you can't be xenophobic, but you want to have something Canadian.
Yes, and all it takes is a seismic event like the October 7th, 2023 Hamas terrorist attack on Israel, the first year anniversary of that brutal attack just passed, and we saw this week massive protests in downtown Toronto of people waving Hamas flags and flags of other terrorist organizations. And so that's really unearthed this tension and this discord in our country. And
we don't have that naturally, but we don't have that in Canada. You read the stories of the people a year ago, children, teenagers, so brutally raped and knifed and beaten up that they could hardly be looked at, their bodies were hardly human.
Yes.
I mean, so why is that in Canada? Why are we tolerating that in Canada?
Well, it is very concerning. I don't think it's a question of immigrants. Canada is a nation of immigrants going back centuries.
I am.
Yes. And so it's the way we've socialized younger Canadians. It's our educational institutions. It's our political leaders who no longer talk about the merits of Canadian patriotism.
Bingo. So then you're saying that our leaders and our institutions are not doing the jobs that they're created to do, which is to create Canada.
Yes, and I think the result in this case has been rising anti-Semitism. And yes, that is morally wrong, and I really worry for my Jewish friends and colleagues. But anti-Semitism isn't just a threat to the Jewish community, it should be a threat to all Canadians.
Well,
and that's how we have to view these issues.
In these protests, you don't have to be Jewish walking by before you're threatened.
That's right, but anybody could be threatened, Jewish or not.
So I'm talking about the social discord. And what you have put it down to is that our leaders are not doing their job.
I agree.
And the institutions are not.
And right at this moment, it's anti-Semitism. Perhaps a couple years from now, it could be another group. And so again, let's stress our common values. We're a nation of immigrants. We've always been. We embrace people from all over the world. But we need to stress that despite our extreme differences, we have traditionally lived in harmony in this country.
Canada. Andrew, thank you very much. 3 minutes. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.